It was a couple months ago now that I went on Omegle and looked into making an army of superheroes from the strangers that I was randomly connected to. I discovered a few things. I discovered that it is hard work talking to people on Omegle, let alone trying to find 6 honourable heroes out of that pit. I discovered that actually Rock Lee and Beast Boy, those names are already taken, as many of you very kindly pointed out. And I also discovered that you guys are really, really good artists. I started getting submissions coming in, absolutely unbelievable, so I thought I would put them all together. That's right, in this video we are not critiquing those that cannot spell or ask dumbass questions, we are celebrating you guys. Before we crack into this video proper, I just wanted to say thank you personally to everybody that has submitted. I cannot conceive how fantastic I find it that some plebs in their pants on Omegle have just gone on that, and it has become these amazing animations. So I'm going to crack into this Suntory whiskey for relaxing times, make it Suntory times, and I'll be drinking this as I narrate the following. Just to remind you, the 6 heroes I ended up with in my team were Creation. This one had the ability to make absolutely anything, but for some reason they mentioned food, and I just couldn't get that out of my head. I love the idea of them shooting hot dogs at people, so I just carried on as if they could only do food. They said they were just casually dressed. Then we got a time traveller whose name was Snow Tree. That was hard work getting them to land on that name. They chose time travel because they watched a YouTube series on teleportation. So there's that old adage, which is that you only use 10% of your brain, but I think it means you only use 10% of your brain at any one time, right? I mean, you don't use all of it all the time. Anyway, Ari, they seem to believe that if you could use 100% of your brain all the time, you could start making things levitate and do whatever the hell you want. I mean, you can't, but it'd be good to have a smart person on the team. He basically deals with the admin. I quote, a plan guy that'll be able to do anything I want, just the way I want. No mistake, no doubt. Idiot. But a smart idiot. A Beast Boy, he can turn into whatever animals he wants. A lion and a dragon were the 2 that they chose, if I remember. Dragon to kill, lion to chill. I gave him a scenario that some armed goons had stolen a minicab and were driving around town firing Uzis. They seemed to be able to cope with that pretty well, so they went on the team. And you got Rock Lee. Imagine a Hulk, but not green and stupider. And last but not least, you've got the brain fucker, who's basically Professor X. One of the things that they wanted to do with their incredible superpower was freeze everyone in place in a queue to skip right to the front. There were plenty that didn't make the cut as well. Off the top of my head, you have Tornadoes, you had Nicest Guy, there was someone who talked about nukes. Who else? I mean, there was definitely a fair few that just wanted to look through clothes. I think Wiz was the main one I recall of the ones that didn't make the final team. Just someone who has incredible super speed and is naked. Right, enough gabbing. Let's look at some of these pickies. First, I'm going to go through the pictures which just look at one superhero each, and then we'll do some final squad ones at the end. This, as you can see, is Creation. This is drawn by Lyra, who says, I drew Creation. I just drew them because they seem the most likely to be a girl, and I suck at drawing guys. I can see Creation as a girl. I mean, that's great. Look at those pancakes. Those are some of the best pancakes I've ever seen drawn. It's drawings like this to make you think that actually, that would be such a cool superpower to have. Imagine how much your mates would want to hang around with you if you could just go, whoop, and you just conjured up a meal like that. Anya has drawn Creation as well. A more conservative conjuring here. He's only gone and conjured a cup of coffee. I mean, fair enough. Maybe not hungry. I quote Anya, who says in their email that Creation is using all his force to hold his coffee still as he stares at the strange hero team he's become a part of. I can't imagine him as a guy who rides his bike everywhere, drinks coffee, and has a regular job. Again, if you had a regular job, imagine how popular you would be in the office. You wouldn't have to nip out to the shops, you just go, boom, lobster, boom, steak. What did you want, mate? What did you want? Did you want caviar and bacon? Boom, that's it there. We move on to Snow Tree, and an insane sketch from Eric here. All nicely annotated as well with little details. My 2 favourite are the watch monocle from getting into an incident where the eye was compromised for most likely idiotic reasons, and a pendulum tattoo drawn slightly wrong to show a moronic side. Now that's great for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's exploring the character of Snow Tree, and number 2, it's a mistake that I suspected they maybe did whilst drawing, but they've just styled it out. They've styled it out. Brilliant. This one was sent to me on Twitter, and I follow everyone back whoever tweets me any artwork, obviously. And I was going through my Twitter feed and I randomly saw this. I wasn't even tagged in it. What we have here is not only the Snow Tree that we know and love, but work in progresses of Ari and Brainfucker. How wonderful that I can just be going through my Twitter completely unsuspectingly and find a work in progress of 3 superheroes I've accidentally created. We have a different approach here from Mr. Scribblepants, a literal furious tree. A furious tree with eyes coming out and a big clock on its belly and some pretty sick abs. This was presented along with a lovely little pun that snow trees bark and bite are both very bad. Mr. Scribblepants then apologises for the pun and then puns again. Now, it's sick. I like this one. It's got a sort of mutant Pokemon kind of vibe that tickles me pleasantly. Good snow tree. And still on Snow Tree, we have this from Sal. Just take a moment to look at that. That is a type of superhero that if I actually saw sort of crouch on the top of a building looking down, I would feel quite safe. For a superhero conceived by a pleb on Omegle, that takes some serious skill to make them look like a proper superhero. And not just that, Sal also drew Creation. Again, looking bloody badass. I would feel safe as anything if I saw them running towards me. And he's going to give me a burrito. The pairing of Creation with Snow Tree was also the choice by Tommy Yoghurt, who has drawn this Creation, as you can see. These were drawn on his phone, he says, by the way, and dumbass crossed out Snow Tree. Tommy Yoghurt, just a gentle reminder, you did also offer to animate the rap from the latest Omegle project I did. Now, I totally understand if you've got too much on to contend with Matt Rose's stupid assignments, but if you do find the time, I would still love to see that. We have a pic of Ari as well, this one from Du Sangre. Good to see Ari getting some attention. This character looks like someone, and I don't know who. I recognise this face from somewhere. A video game? I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments what you might think. But anyway, good picky. I like all the wires coming out the head, obviously to try to simulate the bits of the brain that control telekinetic energy. Dusanga tweeted to say they were up quite late drawing this and using under 100% of their brain, I quote, when they finally submitted it. But I think it's a wicked take on Ari. But who does that remind me of? I don't know, and it winds me up. If only I could use all my brain. Beast Boy was a popular one to draw. This is from Richard, and they've actually illustrated the hypothetical I gave in the chat about some thugs with Uzis. Not just that, of course, but that is a dragon-lion hybrid. Lovely Beast Boy. I've never seen a creature which is so adorable, but also I would shit myself so heavily if I ever saw it coming towards me. Beast Boy also features in this a lovely little pencil drawing. This is from Kyria, I think. This is one of the first drawings I got, actually. A lot to be enjoyed here. I mean, Beast Boy is just chilling, hence the lion. Snow Tree's awesome as well. I love the long arms, long neck, sort of Slender Man kind of vibes. And Creation. Burger in left hand, Burger in right hand. Ready to rock. Beast Boy also appears in this comic strip alongside Snow Tree. This one's been put together by, I'm going to say this wrong, @Aesterlight. This is one of the most popular Twitter submissions I got. Everyone's liking this, and it's not hard to see why. I mean, that's wicked. Good stuff. Give them a follow. Give everyone a follow. Everyone I feature in this video, go follow them on Twitter because they know what they're doing clearly. Now, there's only one person who submitted nothing but Rock Lee. This is from @NotOnePunch. You ready? That is Rock Lee. See, I reckon Photoshop's been used there. Brainfucker now. Very mysterious little sketch from Sar, I think it is. The name was S.A. A very engrossing drawing. I find myself just staring at this, not in a sexual way, but there's just a lot to comprehend. The little brain in the jar, the little note that says brain. Very, I'm going to use this word, I don't use this word a lot, very ethereal. Brainfucker was also kindly drawn by Buttlord, who says, I suck at drawing, but how can I refuse this offer? That is something with a whole brain as their entire head, and yet for some reason, I just cannot get my eyes off the size of their feet. And not to be missed, if we zoom in on the t-shirt there, we see a decal of an erect member penetrating a cerebellum. Again, another phrase I never thought I would say on the internet. Thank you, Buttlord. That's all the individual drawings, but some of you went above and beyond and drew the whole goddamn crew. So let's look at those now. They varied from the very simple to the very, very complex. Now, we'll start with the simple. This was offered to me on Twitter without comment by Bob. Thank you. Very good, Bob. Very minimalist. It's hard for me to pick a favourite out of those 6. @Apple Animations also sent me these 6 little fellas. Now, unlike the previous one, I do know who's my favourite here. It's clearly number 5. Number 5 knows how to have a good time. Now, from the simple to the much more detailed, this piece is from Hard to Remember. So much going on here. You've got Creation conjuring an apple, Ari with his no mistake, no doubt top. Beast Boy, who, as we know, is a lion to chill and a dragon to kill. Brainfucker looking badass as anything. Snow Tree being an idiot as we know they are. Rock Lee towering above everyone, looking a bit like the illustrated Carl Pilkington. Now, that is about the only thing I can draw. So the 2 things I can draw in life are Carl Pilkington and cats. You start off by making a little figure like that. Head like a fucking orange. Tiny little bit of hair. Yeah. Carl Pilkington. That's a bad Carl Pilkington drawing, even by Milo standards, actually. Maybe I should slow down on this whiskey. Let's move on. The crew has been assembled again by Beanie. So from left to right, we have Ari, who obviously can levitate because he's using all of his brain. Creation, not only conjuring, but juggling. Quite a nice little light lunch there. Snowtree, with an excellent hairdo and a lovely little sweater. Then Beast Boy, just killing it in the background. You don't really notice how big his body is until you sort of zone out. Rockley, surprisingly petite, very cute. And Brainfucker, just chilling out, drinking a bubble tea. Love it. I'm going to say this wrong. Gagai, G-A-G-A-I, has done this lovely pencil sketch of the whole crew. We'll go through them one by one again. Creation has conjured one of the most delicious looking pencil-drawn roast chickens I've ever goddamn seen. Ari, the plan guy, whose veins are popping out of their head. They're using so much of their brain power to compute things like 4 + 4 = 8. Snowtree, question mark below. That is one of the more conceptual versions of Snowtree, but I mean, maybe not a superhero. I don't know if I'd feel particularly safe if I saw that little scamp running towards me, but brilliant drawing. Brainfucker below, that's unbelievably terrifying. And a trademark, thank you very much, next to Beast Boy and Rockley, just to make sure that I will probably one day get sued if this channel gets big. Perfect drawing though, lots to enjoy. Another full crew drawn by Katie. Quite a handsome bunch this time. Snowtree's just decided to time travel, teleport in, whatever, they're on their own wavelength, I'll let them do their own thing. We have a return of the no mistake, no doubt top, which I very much enjoy. Creation's got a sandwich this time. The Brainfucker looking quite pleased with himself, probably a nip to the front of a queue. Beast Boy chilling there. Rockley looking very relaxed. Now the only mystery to me is whose disembodied legs those are on the far right. Now this cheeky little picky has been drawn by Marissa. If we start top right, Ari seems to have ditched their no mistake, no doubt top. Brainfucker looking very intimidating down there. Creation looking cool as anything. Creation, somehow, for someone whose superpower is only being able to, whip up bolognese, always looks so cool. Rockley looking off his fucking nut. And Snowtree wearing one of my favourite hats. I don't even know what the name of that hat is, but it's the only hat that looks good on me, so I love all this. We're missing... Who are we missing? We're missing some... Beast Boy! Where's Beast Boy? Beast Boy has obviously flown off, or was maybe transfigured into an amoeba, and is there somewhere. Then we have this colourful drawing, which scraped in just before deadline. This is from Sophia, who also emailed me a script of what these guys would be like together. Brilliant. You've got Snowtree, top left. You've got Ari doing some interpretive dance down there. Brainfucker looking very chirpy. Creation, again, looking so damn cool. I've clocked it. I've just figured out what it is that makes Creation cool. Just looking at it now. It's the casual dress. I mean, capes and everything. It's a bit try-hard, isn't it? Look at that. Hoodie, jeans. And then that is just adorable on the right. Beast Boy and Rockley getting on like a house on fire. I love these guys. I want to be mates with all these people. We have this from Luna. I'm going to let Luna do most of the explaining here. So, from left to right, this is what Luna says we've got. We've got Creation generating some burgers for the team. Ari writing his plans down since he's the plan guy. Rockley showing off his muscles a little bit. Brainfucker showing up with his goofy mask. Snowtree teleporting so he can be in frame in time for the picture. I've gave his teleportation a snowy effect. Beast Boy just playing around with his shape-shifting and becoming this kind of human-dragon hybrid. I mean, why not? They look like they're having fun together. Excellent. That is what is important. I mean, Avengers, they're always getting into these scrapes. It can't be very relaxing. 3 separate submissions from Patatwa that put together the whole crew. We've got Ari and Brainfucker, Creation and Rockley looking mental, and Snowtree and Beast Boy, all with this lovely little Omegle decal in the background. But what really excited me is when they said that they could DM me a NSFW version of Wiz. Wiz, the one that got away. So Wiz, if you recall, had super speed and was naked because, I don't know, because it's Omegle, I suppose. So I was delighted to find this cheeky little thing in my Twitter inbox. I mean, that's one of the best things I've ever seen, possibly getting framed and hung in my kitchen. Whilst we're on Wiz, I got this from @SpaceyMeme. They commented, "The hero we never knew we needed, tragically abandoned from his crew and left to roam, well run, the streets alone. This is the story of Wiz." And look at it, drawn in a lovely comic book style. And honestly, Wiz has got a lot of attention in the comments from the original video. A lot of people have considered what it would be like to be walking down the street and then just go, "Whee!" A naked, sweating, frustrated man just staring at you as he goes straight past. Hang on, go back. Whilst we're talking about Wiz, was that? No. Now, deadline-wise, I had wrapped everything up, and then this came in just afterwards, but it was so lovely I had to go back and include it. a joyous, surrealist, sort of Fred Flintstones on bath salts kind of vibe. Look at these 6. I think Brainfucker is my favourite of the 6, but then again, I am a big fan of Roger from American Dad. Now, this one was sent in with no handle, so I can't credit whoever drew this. Message me if you want, and I will go on to credit you. But if I never hear from you again, then anyway, thank you for your drawing, is great. We end on this from Fairyfly at @SlasherGF, who not only drew the row 6, but drew every single character from every conversation, no matter how stupid or fleeting. She drew these as the video was playing, under 45 seconds for each character, an incredible, unenviable undertaking. It'd be remiss of me not to go through them all. So, we have, in order, Creation, Wiz, Ari, drawn twice because, as she tweeted, she thought as she was drawing that it'd later be eliminated for sure from the team. Alan the Lovesick Teleporter, Tornadoes, The Horny Invisible Guy, Creepy Manor, Beast Boy, Nicest Man, Snow Tree, The Flying Hero who was under the government's thumb, the guy who said he didn't need a superpower, Rock Lee, our unnamed political representative, the one who had to go invisible to have sex, Mr. Fuck Unlimited to make warriors, Panty Man, I would like to attractive person, Winged Freak with a bad attitude, See All Inside the Cloths, Bootleg Flash, Nuka Country, My English Not Well, and finally, of course, Brainfucker. An absolutely astonishing effort. Well, that is enough from me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody who drew for me, and I will see you again soon.